much for joining us today. I'm here with Greg Griffin, who is president of the Centerville Noon Optimist Club, which is no small task because you are, as I just learned, with the biggest Noon Optimist Club.
That's right, Kate. There are about 2,500 Optimist clubs in the world. There are 75 in Ohio. We are the #1 club in the world in terms of size, 315 members.
My goodness, how does that happen? How do you become the biggest in the world?
That's a great question. We meet every Tuesday at Yankee Trace Golf Course for lunch, and we love to have visitors. When visitors come and see what we do, we hope that they're interested. We hope that they like the idea of helping kids and having fun while they do it, and we invite them to join us and help kids.
I have been to some of your meetings before, and they are very fun compared to what some meetings of hundreds of people can be like. Can you quickly kind of walk me through some of the traditions that you have?
Sure. So we open the meeting with prayer, and then we have the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we have lunch, and then we welcome our guests. So we go around to each table where there's a guest and ask the person who invited them to have them stand up and introduce them. We recognize club members who have birthdays. We recognize club members who have anniversary dates. We have committee announcements. So we talk about different things that are going on in the club coming up soon. And we think that that's a great way to kind of give visitors a way to understand what it is that we do. And then we typically have a speaker who has 20 minutes to speak on a topic. In a perfect world, we want it to be something about kids or something about helping in the community, things like that. And then we have kind of some of the fun is we have sergeants at arms where they make funny fines for people, where if somebody misspelled a word, I misspelled a word on the website and they fine me for it. It's $1. And then we have Happy Bucks, which are basically where a member can stand up and pay $1 and announce something, some happiness in their life. Maybe their grandson graduated from college, maybe maybe they had a new baby born, something like that. And then we close the meeting, every meeting, with the Optimist Creed, which is a 10-line creed that was written, oh my goodness, almost 100 years ago, that kind of sets the framework for how you should conduct life and how to live an optimistic life.
Not to put some pressure on you. Do you have it memorized? Are you close? I have it here.
I'm pretty close.
All right, I'll pass it to you. You don't have to read all of it, but clearly a great message.
So it is great. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Mm-hmm. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. To make all your friends feel that there is something in them. To look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. To think only the best, to work for only the best, and to expect only the best. To be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. To forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. To wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile. To give so much time to the improvement of yourself you have no time to criticize others. And the last line is to be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble.
That's a pretty good creed for anyone to live by.
It is, and in fact, many of our visitors that come and visit us for lunch actually are pretty taken with that. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we have a pretty nice PowerPoint presentation that leads us through the meetings now, and we have the creed up on there at the end of the meeting, so everybody can say the creed even if they're not a club member mm-hmm. or can't completely remember it.
So maybe I got ahead of myself. Talk to me a little bit about the purpose of the organization and some of, I guess, the way you frame the work you do in the community.
That's a good question. So our motto, which will sort of help explain it, is a friend of youth. And what that means is that we want to bring out the best in kids, ourselves, and the communities that we live in. So we exist to do that. We have 3 events that we use to raise money every year. The Christmas tree lot, Avenue of Flags, and a golf outing. That's how we raise the funds that we return to the community in the form of things that benefit kids. As examples, college scholarships, donations to schools and libraries, free kids events that go on during the year, and other contributions to individuals and or organizations that actually work with children or help children in our local area.
Mm-hmm. Your 3 fundraisers that
Yes.
you mentioned, can you talk a little bit more about those? I know it takes a lot of time to organize and execute those.
It does, and one of the things that we're blessed with is that our club is so large mm-hmm. that we have a nice pool of talent to help us pull these things off. The one that most recently happened was our Christmas tree lot. Over behind the Bureau of Motor Vehicles in Centerville, we set up a tree lot. We opened the day after Thanksgiving. We typically sell the Christmas trees, 1,000 of them, in 14 days. So it's pretty remarkable. What's really interesting is the community totally understands who we are and why we do what we do. As an example, we have families that come year after year. It's a tradition in their family to come buy a Christmas tree from us. So that takes a lot of work because we have to have teams on the tree lot working the tree lot to man it during those hours.
And you even deliver trees.
We do. We actually do. And shout out to some of the folks that help us. Voss Chevrolet donates a pickup truck to us every year to help us do that, as well as Bob Ross Buick did that this year as well to help us. So shout out to some of the local businesses that help us. So that's how that fundraiser works. We sold out this year. It was a very short selling season. We sold the tree lot out in 14 days. Record sales, record profits, so we're happy with that. The next fundraiser that we do is the Tom Frazier Tee Off for Youth golf outing. That's going to be Monday, July 13th this year. And that's a premier golf outing. We sell it out every year. It's another fundraiser for us. And just a terrific way for folks to come out and have a terrific day, support our cause, local kids, and have a terrific time hitting the white golf ball around. And then our third fundraiser is our Avenue of Flags fundraiser. And many of you may see flags all through Centerville at businesses and homes during the flag holidays, such as Memorial Day, Flag Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, and Veterans Day. We put those out, and folks buy a subscription for those. That is now over 2,400 flags that we put out. It grows by probably 300 flags every year. We started with 50 flags in 2005.
Oh my goodness.
And we're now at 2,400. It's now our largest fundraiser.
That is a massive operation.
What we love about it's a triple play. It's a terrific fundraiser because it's patriotic. People like that. It's a good fundraiser, meaning that we can raise a lot of money to help kids doing it. And thirdly, our customers love it. They love having the American flag in their yard or at front of their business during the flag holidays. One other thing we do is if there's ever a service person deployed that's coming home, we offer to that family the opportunity to contact us, and we will display flags in their neighborhood when they come home.
That's special. Oh, that must make such an impact for those families.
It's really quite something.
And you've been lucky enough to be a witness to some of them, I think.
I have, yeah. We had a sad story a year or two ago where a family in Centerville, I think it was their son, was killed in action. And we lined the whole street with flags. So it was quite a nice memory for them.
Brought many tears to eyes, I would imagine. But what a wonderful show of support from the community. I mean, really, what a wonderful service. It's like you said, it's a decoration. It's a fundraiser that helps kids. It makes it a little easier for those families and businesses to show their patriotism without having to drag out things themselves.
And what we've done is we've actually started this program in other clubs because we're pretty good at it, and especially we're probably one of the largest Avenue of Flag displays in the country, if not the largest. We help other clubs because it's a great fundraiser for them as well, and everybody likes it. So we'll help them by making flags for them if we need to, showing them how we set the operation up and that kind of thing. And that again takes a lot of people, because there's probably 100 flag routes, something like that. We send folks out in teams of 2, so we use a lot of volunteers to do that.
Yeah. Goodness. And then you use what you collect to put it back into the community to help the youth through programs.
We do. I mentioned scholarships, and I'm going to go a little deeper on that.
Please do.
Traditional scholarships are great, and typically kids who get those are very, very good students, maybe 4-point plus averages, things like that, come from a stable family that it's a given they're going to college. We do another scholarship that we think is really quite something, and it's called the Will Kale Scholarship. Now we sort of joke because Will Kale is a club member, so he hasn't passed away. So it's not the Will Kale Memorial Scholarship, it's the Will Kale Scholarship. He was an educator in Centerville schools and I believe an administrator as well. We started this scholarship we look for kids that came from a troubled background. Maybe there's substance abuse in the family. Maybe there's family violence. Maybe it's a single parent. Maybe it's just there's not a financial ability to go to college. And we work with the guidance counselors in Centerville schools to help us identify some students like that. Give them a full scholarship to Sinclair, along with whatever else they need. Meaning if they need a laptop, or if they need money for gas to get in their car to go to the classes, and we assign them 2 mentors. So we really believe that effort turns lives around.
That's transformative.
It absolutely is. Yeah. Our feeling is that if you come out of high school with just a high school diploma, you're probably not going to have the quality of life you really want to have. So with the traditional scholarships, with the Will Kell Scholarship, we're able to transform lives. It made me think we've added a third one. What you hear all the time is that tradespeople are looking for people. There's people that are plumbers that are 65 years old saying, I don't know who's going to do this when I'm retiring, and I'm going to retire soon. So we've started a skilled trades scholarship. My wife's actually the chair of that committee. And we look for students, again, who might not be traditional college students, but might be inclined to learn a trade. And then we take and we give them a full ride to a trade school so that when they come out of that trade school, they can get a well-paying job and probably, again, transform their life.
Oh my goodness. What wonderful work. You know, I was just talking to the Centerville Police Department about the bike rodeo.
Yes.
That's in conjunction with Centerville Noon Optimist, I believe, right?
Funny you say that. We just locked down the date for it. It is going to be a different day. We usually do it on a Saturday. We're going to do it a Sunday this year, Sunday, May 17th at Miami Valley Hospital South is where we're going to do it. We do it in conjunction with Centerville PD and Miami Valley South. It's a free event for kids. We do safety inspections on their bike. We have a little contest where they drive around cones on their bikes, things like that. We let them interact with law enforcement. That's another kind of a big theme that Optimist International has. We call it respect for law. We want to teach kids at a young age that law enforcement is a friend to you. They're here to protect your safety and to respect them. And that really works well for us. So anytime we have an opportunity to involve law enforcement in a youth event, we always do it.
Some other events that I don't know to mention. You have a basketball event, I think.
We do.
As well.
And I know my memory is going to be wrong on this.
I'm putting you on the spot.
It's on our website. I think it is March 14th, I believe, and it's at Watts School, Watts Middle. I believe it's a middle school. And that's a free event as well. It's called TriStar Basketball. It's on our website, so if I have the date wrong, if you look on our website, you'll see it.
That's okay, but just in general, the event itself is for kids in basketball?
It's for kids. We teach them basketball skills. They get a free basketball. They get a trophy. It's really kind of a nice thing. We serve them some snacks and things like that. We have a fishing derby in June that's at the Washington Township Rec Center. We stock the ponds. We serve hot dogs and food for the family. We have a free Easter egg hunt that will be on Holy Saturday this year, which I believe, I can't remember when Easter actually is. I think it might be April 11th, I think is Holy Saturday. But it's at St. Leonard, the St. Leonard campus on the front lawn in front of the Carillon in the church. And we have a lot of fun with that. It's 7,000 Easter eggs. We stuff the eggs the week before. We stuff 7,000 eggs with volunteers. Get this, we stuff 7,000 eggs in 45 minutes.
I don't know how.
It's amazing. Lots of hands make for easy work.
That's an undertaking as well. My gosh, it's like a full-time job, just managing all the events and fundraisers.
It is. It's, again, one of the blessings of being a large club is we have vast resources, so we can do a lot of things. And we have a lot of members, so we can do a lot of things as well in terms of volunteer. Because what we really need from members is their time, to help us. So what's great when a new member comes in the club, we say you can do as much or as little as you want to do in the club. If there's a particular one event you want to do, that's fine. If you want to get more involved, maybe on the board of directors, leadership, you can do that. All kinds of opportunities to serve our youth.
And how do people get involved if they're watching or they've been thinking about joining something?
What we say, there's really a couple ways to come and join us. So the first one is Tuesdays at noon. We meet at Yankee Trace Golf Course Clubhouse for lunch from 12 to 1. We run a pretty tight ship. 1 hour meeting. You're welcome to come. Lunch is free. We would love you to come and see what we're up to and get it, and see what you think of it. The other opportunity that we have, and we're proud of this, about 3 years ago we started a group called Optimist 2.0. It's club within a club. They're actually part of the Noon Club, but these are folks that typically cannot make the noon meeting. Maybe they work too far away. Maybe they're just can't get away from work. So it's a meeting that happens every third Thursday of the month at various venues in the area. For example, Heavier Than Air Brewing Company, or Chappie Social House, places like that. And we have a speaker come and speak, generally somebody who's been very successful and how they've been successful, or what their keys to success are. One of our recent speakers was Janelle Ross from Bob Ross Buick. We've had Greg McAfee, who's a club member, come and talk about his story. And it's a nice networking opportunity, a little more social.
That's really great, because you think some of the social organizations have not been very successful at reaching a younger demographic.
That's correct.
It's neat that you've really identified that need.
We're very mindful of that, and what I will say, it's bragging on us a little bit, our Optimist 2.0 Club Within a Club is considered to be the model for Club Within a Club and Optimist International. When I attend the Optimist International Convention, I constantly have people coming up asking me, how did you do it? And we're happy to share those details. How well does it work? That kind of thing. And we've done well with that.
Wow, this has all been so fascinating to me. Thank you for teaching me. What
you're
other
welcome.
thoughts do you have? You want to make sure people know?
Gosh, I can't think of a more meaningful thing. If you're looking to be in a service club or volunteer, I can't think of a more meaningful thing than to help youth. Because we believe children are our future. We know they are. And we also believe that when you raise kids in the right environment, they turn out really, really well. So we do that. We, as I mentioned, we want kids to be educated. We want them to have respect for law. We want them to have fun. And we want them to feel loved, most importantly. So that's why we exist.
What a great message. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is Greg Griffin, president of the Centerville Noon Optimists Club, the largest in the world, if you can believe it. If you want to learn more, you're interested in helping the club or becoming a member, just reach out and find out more. Thanks.